Mataas. Let me know if we're ready. Okay na po ba?
Sir, naka-live po tayo.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Magandang araw po. Following our earlier announcement regarding the case in Oriental Mindoro, the Office of the Ombudsman informs the public that a second major case has now advanced to the filing stage. After a thorough investigation, reviewing voluminous documents, conducting field verification, and evaluating sworn statements from community witnesses, the Office of the Ombudsman has found probable cause to file criminal charges in connection with an alleged 96.5 million peso ghost infrastructure project in Davao Occidental. The project was awarded in January of 2022. Thus today, we announce that criminal informations shall be filed before the Regional Trial Court of Digos City against several officials of the DPWH Davao Occidental District Engineering Office and private individuals, owners of St. Timothy Construction Corporation. For the same behavior, the DPWH Davao Occidental officials involved are likewise preventively suspended for a period of 6 months. This administrative case resolution has, as of this time, been served to the office of the DPWH Secretary Vince Dizon. The complaint alleges that the respondents conspired to facilitate the release of 96.5 million pesos for the supposed construction of a revetment project in Barangay Kulaman, Jose Abad Santos, Davao Occidental, a project which, based on official inspection and witness accounts, was never implemented. There was no actual construction, yet respondents certified that the project was completed. They are found to have falsified accomplishment reports, issued fraudulent billing documents, and endorsed disbursement vouchers that triggered the release of the entire project cost. This was confirmed during an on-ground inspection conducted by the Criminal Investigation and Detection Group of the PNP, which found that works were only started after the flood control issue had gone public. Prior to such time, there was no trace of construction in the area. The respondents in this case include District Engineer Rodrigo C. Larete, Assistant District Engineer Michael P. Awa, several section chiefs, project engineers, and inspectors of the DPWH Davao Occidental District Engineering Office, and private individuals Maria Roma Angeline Rimando and Cesara Rowena Discaya of St. Timothy Construction Corporation. They face the following charges. Number 1, malversation of public funds through falsification of public documents under Article 217 in relation to Articles 171 and 172 of the Revised Penal Code. Violation of Section 3E of the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act, or RA 3019. For the case of malversation, the prosecution recommends no bail. This means that if and when warrants of arrest are out from the court, the respondents will have to be detained pending trial. As in the first case, the Office of the Ombudsman assures the Filipino people that we will pursue this matter firmly, independently, and without fear or favor. Public funds intended for community protection cannot be converted into private gain and greed. Every person who participated in this scheme will be held accountable. This filing marks the second major case acted upon by our office following the series of infrastructure corruption allegations raised this year. As I have stated before, this is only the beginning. There are multiple cases currently undergoing preliminary investigation and even more under active fact-finding. All investigations and filings will always depend on the evidence at hand. When there is enough evidence, we will file cases, strong cases. When there is a lack of evidence or the evidence is weak, we defer filing for further case buildup. We are not chasing headlines, we are seeking accountability. Thus, we will continue to update the media and the public as the cases mature and become ready for filing in court. Maraming salamat po. I have here with me the information and the resolution which as of this moment are being flown to Davao and will be filed in the Regional Trial Court of Digos City. So this is the resolution. And these are the two informations that will be filed today in court. Okay? I also have with me the administrative case resolution signed yesterday, where the penalty of, well, the preventive suspension has been meted out to the DPWH officials. This has already been served to the DPWH Office of the Secretary of Secretary Vince Dizon. Okay, and just to rehash the video of Secretary Vince when he conducted his inspection in Davao Occidental, to get a better look and to remind the public of the inspection of Secretary Vince, we have a video just to play back.
So, okay, bibigyan ako ng background para maintindihan ng lahat. No? 2021 budget proposal for 2022. So, previous administration pa ito. No? Previous DPWH, previous administration. Pinondohan to for 96.5 million. Flood control. Okay. Totoo naman, kailangan naman talaga ng flood control dito. Kasi may community dito, may square doon. So, ang sinabi ng community, talaga pag tumataas yung tubig dito, especially during the rainy season, binabaha sila. Okay. Pinondohan for 2022 budget, 2021. Okay. 2021, nagsimula na silang mag-procure, nagpa-bid na sila. Early procurement yon. Ang nanalo, St. Timothy. Yung sinasabi niyan si Romando, yun yung dami ni Vizcaya. Okay, inamin na naman ni Vizcaya yon sa Blue Report. St. Timothy, ito din yung nakita natin sa Bulacan, ito din yung nakita natin sa Mindoro. Okay. 2022, January, in-award niya. At nagsimula kuno sila nung 2022. No, nung January 2022. Okay. October, nakalagay sa record, tapos na daw yung project. 2022 din. Okay, kasi yun ang timeline. Tapos, nagbayad na sila, nagsimula na sila magbayad, at nag-fully pay sila January 2023. Sinabi niya, aminado naman siya na hindi pa tapos, partially completed lang daw. Pero ang pangako daw sa kanya, ng contractor, bayaran mo na ako ng buo, huwag ka mag-alala, tatapusin ko. Okay, ngayon, tinanong natin yung community. meron bang project dito? Simula nung 2022 or meron bang gumagawa ng project dito noong 2022? At meron bang natapos dito kahit na konti man nga? Ang sagot nila, wala. And meron tayong pictures taken just 3 weeks ago, less than a month ago, from galing sa tulay na yon, na nakikita na wala talaga dito. Pinakita na namin sa inyo yun. Galing sa kapitan yun. Nagsimula lang ito, talagang gumawa yan, yung sinasabi niya, na meron na daw dati 3 weeks ago. At kinonfirm yan ng community. So ito ay ghost project na nasimulan, na pondohan ng previous administration at nag-carry over na lang ngayon, noong 2022. So,
Okay, so I believe that this case was filed because it was one of the first cases also. As you can see, September 25, 2025, nandun na sila. They inspected the project and it was found that works were started only 3 weeks before, after already the flood control issue had already gone public. I'll entertain only a few questions.
Sir, attorneys, bakit po lower court siya ay pinay?
Yung pinakamataas po dito na salary grade ay 25. District Engineer po ng DPWH Davao Occidental. Now, it is still possible that there are proponents in this case that have yet to be uncovered. But as of right now, and given the counter affidavits of the respondents, wala pa po tayo nakikita. So we went ahead and filed the case, but that does not stop us from collecting more evidence that will show that there are proponents or higher officials involved in this case.
AO, pag may nakita po kayo na proponent na, kunyari, lawmaker na involved dito, ano po maging process nun? Mayroon pa rin bang fact-finding po ulit, and then after nun, papile sila ng kaso, possibly sa Sandigan ba?
Yes, we will have to afford due process as well to the proponents and to the higher officials. We have to let them go through the same preliminary investigation and process that the current respondents have gone through.
Sir, to clarify lang, on the admin aspect, sir, yung preventive suspension, yun na ba yung penalty? Or preventive suspension lang yun as the usual preventive suspension?
Yes, this is a preventive suspension order which is meant as a provisional remedy so that those officials who were involved in this case cannot and will not tamper with any evidence that may be found in their offices.
Kailan po, attorney, kailan po na-serve yung preventive suspension?
Kahapon po.
Anong nature ng sir, admin cases? Anong mga violations?
Ito ay grave misconduct and serious dishonesty. Okay? If you want, I can read the wherefore portion. Wherefore, in accordance with Section 9 of Administrative Order Number 17, amending Rule 3 of Administrative Order Number 7, Rules of Procedure of the Office of the Ombudsman, and Section 24 of Republic Act 6770, or otherwise known as the Ombudsman Act of 1989, respondents Rodrigo C. Larete, Michael P. Awa, Joel M. Lumugdang, Harold John E. Villaver, Jafael C. Faunilian, Josephine C. Valdez, Ranulfo A. Flores, and Sar Ryan S. Ubungen are hereby placed under preventive suspension without pay until administrative adjudication on these cases is terminated, but not to exceed 6 months, except when the delay in the disposition of the cases is due to their negligence, fault, or petition, the period of which shall not be counted in computing the period of preventive suspension.
Sir, tama po, ang kakasuhan po is 8 na officials ng DPWH Davao, tapos 2 from St. Timothy.
Yes, that's correct.
confirm ko lang po kung merong nangyaring DOJ filing tungkol pa rin sa flood control investigations.
Yesterday, yes, there were 3 cases that were endorsed to the Ombudsman's office yesterday by the DOJ for bid rigging and for violations of RA 3019. These cases, because they were already subject to preliminary investigations in the DOJ, will be deputized back to the DOJ for them to continue the investigation, after which a recommendation will be submitted to the Office of the Ombudsman, which we can or cannot adopt. So it speeds up the process because they have already done the preliminary work. So once they are deputized again to continue their investigation and to recommend their course of action, that's the time that we will again see those documents here at the Office of the Ombudsman.
Ano na yung projects po ito and sino yung mga tao involved?
I would rather save that for another time. As the case gets more ripe, that's the time we will update po the public and the media.
Sir, yung pong referral ng ICI last Wednesday, ano pong next step? Ano pong gagawin ng office?
Dalawa po kasi yung naging categories doon po, no? Yung isa, recommended for filing, in which case, the ICI is more confident in their findings. There's more evidence as to those that were recommended for filing. And then the second tier, which is recommended for further case build-up, those will be subjected to further fact-finding dito sa Office of the Ombudsman. However, even if the case has been recommended for filing, it will still undergo an independent evaluation here in the Office of the Ombudsman to really see whether or not the cases are ready for preliminary investigation.
So, pakiklaro lang kasi sinabi po ni Ombudsman during his interviews na if ever man daw na mawala yung ICI or mag-follow yung investigation nila, the Ombudsman will take over. Can you clarify this statement sinabi ni Ombudsman Remulla?
Yes, the Ombudsman appreciates the work of the ICI, considering that there is not enough resources in this country to go after all the projects and all the proponents and all those officials that are involved. No? So we appreciate the work of the ICI. And the office the Ombudsman's pronouncements were in reaction to those critics who say that the ICI is a duplicitous body. No? So on the part of the Ombudsman, we appreciate the work, and whenever they file and they recommend certain actions or courses of action to the Office of the Ombudsman, we listen because we trust that they have done the due diligence and work there at their office.
Sir, balikan ko lang po yung Diskaya, sir. Ay, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nag-request na rin po ba tayo ng full departure order dun sa mga pinailanan na?
Yes, that is the plan. The whole departure order requests are being prepared so that we can already implement, or we can already request the courts for that. No, the Supreme Court has designated certain specialized trial courts for this purpose. So the process would be that the Office of the Ombudsman, through the special prosecutors, would file in the RTC where the public official holds office. That is Region 11, so Digos City. After that, the executive judge will raffle off that case to the next judicial region, which is either Region 10 or 12. However, there are identified courts and identified judges where the executive judge can raffle the cases. And it is only amongst those courts where we expect the case to be endorsed.
Sir, earlier this morning, si Ombudsman Remulla said that matatapos na yung preliminary investigation kay former Senator Bong Revilla and Senator Vico Estrada. Can you get more details?
I would rather defer to the time when it is actually ripe. Let's take the statements as they are, na palapit na po, no, sa end. We would like to be cautious in the way that we reveal information to the public so as not to preempt anything.
Sir, baka pwede lang pa-expound yung sinabi rin ni Ombudsman that the ICI may only have a month or two.
I would rather leave those comments to him instead. Yes, thank you.
Sir, yung ICI, since parang it appears they are winding down already, wala bang worry on the part of the Ombudsman na you would spread yourselves too thin given the gravity of the cases that you are expected to deal with? Do you
Well,
have enough manpower for it?
Well, okay, on 2 points, no. First, the Office of the Ombudsman has been reactivated in the sense that people understand now the culture of speed balanced with quality that the Ombudsman expects. So everybody in the Office of the Ombudsman has has raised to the occasion, no, and they have expressed their willingness to work double time. But on top of that, we are inviting lawyers, engineers, and CPA lawyers to come join the Office of the Ombudsman to add to the plantilla that may be used in the solving or in the investigation of these cases. We also want to increase the capacity building and training programs, which the Ombudsman actually announced yesterday at the Christmas party. And we hope, no, that this new energy, this new culture in the Office of the Ombudsman, paired up with the additional lawyers that we are going to get, will be enough to tackle these cases one by one. We don't also want to tackle all of them together. Of course, there are lower hanging fruits than others, which will definitely be prioritized over the rest. But rest assured, and rest assured to the public, that we will tackle these cases one by one.
Sir, may updates lang po ba sa request to cancel the passport ng sabi ko po?
Well, actually, we are also awaiting the decision of the Sandigan Bayan to cancel the passports. The last that we were updated, the respondent was asked to comment. No? However, given the Supreme Court ruling on fugitives, this may be expedited by the fact that he does not show up in court or his appearance has not been entered in court.
Update lang po doon sa mga nag-file po ng courtesy resignations sa mga so-called depo baby sa Ombudsman. Kasi binubos sa listahan po na ilan po sa mga nag-submit ng kanilang courtesy resignations ay hindi po tinanggap ni Ombudsman. Kamusta po yung mga ibang mga nag-submit po ng resignation? Meron po ba mga natanggap po na resignation si Ombudsman po ba?
We would rather save that for a different press conference.
Sir, speaking of fact-finding, sir, kaka-resign lang po ni Yusek Cadiz po ng Department of Justice. I-investigahan po ba ng Ombudsman yung alleged ties ni dati Yusek Cadiz sa contractor?
Definitely. That is something that the Ombudsman has to look into. Given all the allegations, however not yet sworn into, but there are other reports as well of his involvement. And so definitely there will be a fact-finding body that will be dedicated to that as well.
Kasama dyan, sir, yung possible po na violation na pinagbabawal po yung mga Yusek na magkaroon ng mga financial interests?
Lahat po yan. We will have to sift through the evidence, no? Wherever the evidence takes us, that's where we will go.
Sinabi po ng Ombudsman na may chance na magkaroon ng live stream yung preliminary investigation. Can we get an update on this? And meron na pang guidelines itong live stream at if in case mag-request yung mga resource person ng executive session?
Yes, but we're currently working on the rules which will balance both the rights of the accused as well as the right of the public to information. So that's a delicate balance that we have to really take care of. Kaya medyo natatagalan lang po yung crafting ng rules, but rest assured it's on its way.
In the event na maglabas po ng arrest warrant ang lower court, saan po ang korte o saan po yung detention cell na maaaring pagkulungan?
Depende po yan sa korte, no? Although we anticipate that the respondents will have to be near the court where they will be tried. So if ever the RTC of either Region 10 or 12 will issue a warrant of arrest, we can expect na doon po sila makukulong.
Hindi ho ba nakita ng Ombudsman na ang lugar o korte na maaaring mapagsampahan din ay dito sa Metro Manila dahil ang mother agency ay naka-address naman ho sa National Capital Region?
Totoo po yan. And that is a possibility that we may explore in the future, no? Kaso nga lang, given the rules and issuances of the Supreme Court, we have to file first with the area where the DPWH official holds office, sa Region 11. But that does not bar us in the future from requesting from the Supreme Court that the change of venue be made. Okay na. Thank you very much. Thank you. Magano lang tayo.
Kasi kanina
Paano yun? Kasi di ba nga yung mga yung ilang yung dalawa hindi Vizcaya and dito sa Maynila. So ililipad sila doon sa ano?
Yes.
Ililipad sila doon.
File na po, no? File na sa
Ito 5 pa lang.
Alam mo, nangyari kasi, nagabi, di ba kahapon may Christmas party kami. May dumating galing dito na pinasakay na rin namin doon. Galing, no?
Galing mo, pwede na rin.
Talagang meant to be. Meant to be, meant to be. Sige, sige pa. I'm going to get today, this afternoon. They left at 8:50 this morning, although nadali ng konti kasi may bagyo, diba? So barring any... Yes, well, the usual practice there is it's issued here, translated to Mindanao, and then sila, they will also do their own vetting, signed by their prosecutors there, and then filed in court there, no? But since we wanted to fast track things, and given the fact that they were already here, pinadala na namin sa kanila to the one. So last night, actually, they worked until midnight here last night to make sure that the filing could happen tomorrow. Kasi sayang, pabalik na rin sila eh. So, minadali namin yung case files para mapadala namin. They were on the 8:50 flight. They should be in by about 11 or 12. Diretso na sila sa Lagos.
Tapos sila rin kasi mag-prosecute.
Yes, opo. Pero actually, pag RTC, we can also deputize the DOJ. Because pag RTC, ganun pa. Pero looks like in this case, we might be the ones mismo to prosecute. Dahil ang galing naman talaga din sa atin. Si Curly po ata eh. Si Curly lang po ata eh. Si Sarah eh. I mean, not at large, but she was at
Malaya.
That's something that the PNP would probably know already. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for reminding.